When a group of volunteers in a search and rescue team heard news of bushfires rapidly spreading across several forests, around 80 people volunteered to control the situation. These volunteers risked their own lives in order to save many others. Why would they do that? So I'm here with Rita, who is one of the 80 volunteer firefighters who risked her own life to save the other people in her community. So Rita, I know a lot of people are confused about why you would risk your life to save others around you. So tell us, why'd you do it?
Well, when the alarm goes off, I just go. I've been doing it all my life. So did my father, and so did his father. The point is, I know exactly what to do when I get to a scene, so I just let adrenaline take over.
Wow. Don't you ever think about how you're risking your own life to do this?
Yeah, sometimes. But it's a great feeling to have a sense of giving back to the community.
That's great. That's very heroic of you.
It's great that so many people acted pro-socially, but psychologically speaking, why would people engage in this behavior? I'm here with Professor Bromstrat, who's hopefully going to answer some of those questions for us. So, Professor Bromstrat, why would people act pro-socially with the risk to themselves?
Funny you ask. There are many theories that try to explain this kind of behavior. Therefore, I brought my assistant. She shows here the Latin Darley model. It's a model about why people act pro-socially. This model says that you have to go through 5 steps to act pro-socially. The first step is to notice the event, like the firefighters did, they saw a fire. The second step is interpret it as an emergency, so they thought, fire, so that's not good. And the third step is to take personal responsibility. The firefighters did this, and that's probably because they are already in a rescue team. So they feel responsible for other people, to help other people. The fourth step is to know what to do. And of course they know what to do because they did this thing before. And the last step is an implement decision. This is the decision if whether you help them or not, and these firefighters did. So they helped.
That makes sense for helping, but why would people help at such a high cost to themselves and few, if any, benefits?
And that's a kind of behavior that's called altruistic behavior. It's the behavior of helping someone else without getting some benefits yourself. Another factor which influences altruism is cooperation. These teams are very close with each other because of team building and other kinds of stuff. So they are really willing to help each other. They are, what I said, very close. So they do everything to help each other and to achieve a goal together. You know.
Mm-hmm.
However, some people think that altruism doesn't exist.
How so?
Some people say there always is a kind of benefit for yourself. It's not always a thing, a real thing, but it can be a good feeling about yourself or a confidence boost just because of helping someone else.
There is also evidence that firefighters are more focused on the future perspectives and the outcomes of their actions instead of the monetary risks of the situation. According to the article Firefighters, Pro-Social Risk Taking and Time Orientation, firefighters scored higher on the future time perspective and the temporal competences of telic dominance, degree of detail, and use of time. We are back again with our hero Rita, and pro-social behavior is very beneficial in our society. Is there any way that you guys at the firefighting department are trying to encourage others to act pro-socially?
Well, actually, we've been visiting primary schools for the past 5 years in order to teach young children about the benefits of acting pro-socially. We have found that direct instructions and preaching pro-social values has had both a short-term and a long-term effect on the behavior of these children.
Wow, very cool. The kids who are shown in these photos are around the age of 6. These children are acting pro-socially, especially when they are instructed to do so. This is because of the fact that these children are in the compliance concrete phase of Bartol's cognitive learning model. Usually, young children are motivated to act pro-socially due to external factors, such as an authority figure instructing the child to do so. As time goes on, these children will, according to the model, act pro-socially because of internal factors. By promoting this behavior at a young age, children will be conditioned to act pro-socially, which will increase the likelihood of continuing altruistic behavior. That's a great way to promote pro-social behavior in society. So, how do you get the volunteer firefighters to stay once they join your team?
Well, we focus a lot on team building activities. We have them throughout. For example, we have weekly meetings to bring the young volunteers with more experienced firefighters, or sometimes even retired firefighters, give lectures and further enhance their knowledge. And we have lots of internal as well as external team building activities.
In this video, we learned about why the firefighters acted pro-socially according to the Latane and Darley model. We also discussed how altruistic behavior and cooperation are related. We learned about how these volunteers are trying to promote pro-social behavior in society by having interventions with young children who tend to act pro-socially due to external reasons, according to the Bartol model. The development of pro-social behavior is important for encouraging children to act pro-socially in the future, so this topic was discussed as well. Lastly, we talked about ways to encourage cooperation in groups and provided interventions.